France has been plunged into fresh political turmoil after the fall of Prime Minister Bayrou in a dramatic confidence vote in the National Assembly. On Monday, lawmakers voted 364 to 194 against his government, forcing him to present his resignation to President Emmanuel Macron. Bayrou was Macron's fourth prime minister in less than 2 years. His defeat leaves the president searching for a fifth, highlighting the instability that has marked his second term.
I think we have shown an image of the Republic that is honourable and active. And so, from that point of view, I wanted, on behalf of the government, to thank the National Assembly and, as Prime Minister, to thank the members of the government.
The confidence vote was tied to France's strained finances. Last year's deficit was almost double the EU's 3% limit, and public debt has risen to nearly 114% of GDP. Bayrou warned of an existential threat if nothing was done. His plan for 2026 included scrapping 2 national holidays and freezing pensions and welfare to save €44 billion. But opponents from both the left and the far right united against him, accusing Bayrou of masking Macron's responsibility for the crisis. Many analysts called it political suicide, noting he had no need to call the early vote.
I think we will not have a public debt crisis in France this autumn or next year or even in 2027. But I think that if we don't act now to reduce the public deficit, it could happen that in a few years, maybe 10 years, 15 years, we could be in a situation quite comparable to Greece and with a real public debt crisis, which means that the investor worldwide doesn't trust the government anymore and doesn't want to lend money to the French government, which leads ultimately to a public debt crisis.
On the streets of Paris, reactions were mixed. Some citizens voiced frustration at the constant changes at the top, while others admitted they were uncertain what to expect next. Many said they felt little confidence that any new prime minister would make a real difference.
I'm relieved, but after that, it's true that I'm particularly worried about the aftermath of events, how things will evolve in this very strange context. I've lived in France for 17 years, and this is something I've never seen before. Political discourse based on hatred, and that's it. So what we're experiencing now is really, it's a little scandalous.
I'm waiting to see what happens, if they manage to find someone. But in any case, I don't think it's a very useful decision, and it brings more uncertainty than clarity to French politics today.
For Macron, the options are limited. He could name another centrist, turn to a moderate socialist, or choose a technocrat. None of these choices is likely to secure a parliamentary majority, raising doubts over his deficit-cutting agenda. Names already mentioned include Defence Minister Sébastien Lecornu, Labour Minister Catherine Vautrin, and Finance Minister Éric Lombard. Marine Le Pen's National Rally and the far-left France Unbowed are both calling for snap elections and even Macron's resignation. For now, the president has resisted.